Hello and welcome to day 6 of Advent of Code 2021. I will complete this today. Let's see what we have here. Lanternfish, day 6. The seafloor is getting steeper. Maybe the sleigh keys got carried this way. A massive school of glowing lanternfish swims past. They must spawn quickly to reach such large numbers, maybe exponentially quickly. You should model their growth rate to be sure. What are lanternfish? Just some regular fish. Although you know nothing about this specific series of lanternfish, you make some guesses about their attributes. Surely each lanternfish creates a new lanternfish once every 7 days. However, this process isn't necessarily synchronized between every lanternfish. One lanternfish might have 2 days left until it creates another lanternfish, while another might have 4. So you can model each fish as a single number that represents the number of days until it creates a new lanternfish. Furthermore, you reason a new lanternfish will surely need slightly longer before it's capable of producing more lanternfish. 2 more days for its first cycle. So suppose you have a lanternfish with an internal timer value of 3. After 1 day, its internal timer would become 2. After another day, its internal timer would become 1. After another day, its internal timer would become 0. After another day, its internal timer would reset to 6, so it would create a new lanternfish with an internal timer of 8. After another day, the first lanternfish would have an internal timer of 5, and the second lanternfish would have an internal timer of 7. So we knew that a new lanternfish gets created every 7 days, huh? Okay, I got it. But don't these lanternfish die after a while? Why does the first one get to reproduce forever? A lanternfish that creates a new fish resets its timer to 6, not 7, because 0 is included as a valid timer value. The new lanternfish starts with an internal timer of 8 and does not start counting down until the next day. Realizing what you're trying to do, the submarine automatically produces a list of the ages of several hundred nearby lanternfish, which is your puzzle input. For example, suppose you were given the following list: 34312. This list means that the first fish has an internal timer of 3, the second fish has an internal timer of 4, and so on until the fifth fish, which has an internal timer of 2. Simulating these fish over several days would proceed as follows. Okay, that's your initial state. So you have 5 fish at the start. After 1 day, it decreases by 1. After 2 days, the 0 becomes a 6, while creating a new fish with a timer of 8. Okay. And we keep going and so forth. Each day, a 0 becomes 6 and adds a new 8 to the end of the list, while each other number decreases by 1 if it was present at the start of the day. In this example, after 18 days, there are a total of 26 fish. After 80 days, there would be a total of 5,934. Find a way to simulate lanternfish. How many lanternfish would there be after 80 days? Okay, I understand the problem now. I have to figure out how to do this. So we have 5 fish. I can split it up. I'm just wondering which data structure I should use. Because if I were to use an array, I could obviously at the end I could get the length of the array, and then that's the number of fish that are produced. But every time I have to iterate through every single element, and then I don't know if that's the most efficient. That's basically the brute force method. I'm wondering if I can think of, at this moment, a quicker way to do it. Maybe using math or something, understanding the pattern. Like, for example, 80 days. How many sevens can fit into 80? 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 9 is 63. 70 is 10. 77 is 11. And then we have an extra 4 days after 77. So is that enough to figure it out? Or is that too much? Is that too complicated? And maybe I'm just overthinking this and I should just subtract 1 from each time. Each time a day passes. I guess I should just subtract 1, huh? Can't go wrong with brute forcing, especially in a contest environment. All right, we're gonna create a new Python file, call it day 6. Copy everything from day 5 here. Obviously, we need our sample text. Oh my god, capital S, please. And then day 6.text. So our puzzle input is, okay, that's our initial state here. Yeah, going through each one would take a long time for the puzzle input. There's got to be a way to do math. Maybe I just group them all together, make a dictionary, count the number of 1s, 2s, 3, 4, 5, and 6s. And then every time a day passes, I could use math for this, but I think every time a day passes, I can subtract 1 from the key to a dictionary. That doesn't sound too appealing. Because say if I was doing the brute force method. Here, I'm going to copy the sample text. 34312. this is very simple. I don't even need I don't need next line as a delimiter. I think I can just have a comma as a delimiter, and that's good enough. Part 1. So I need to convert everything into an integer first. Input list equals int. Okay, now I've made it an all integers. I can iterate through everything. For index and the value in, how about let's use enumerate input list. We go input list that element, subtract 1. And if it equals to 0 at the end, put it into, make it into 6. And then we'll have something like number of fish to add equals 0. And then we add an extra fish at the end. And we make sure we store it in another variable because we don't want to append to this list while iterating through it. So go through the end. And then we go through each fish. How about if I call this fish list? This one needs to be input list. Fish list dot append 8. Why is it 8? Because next time there is a cooldown period. Because a fish that is just spawned cannot reproduce that quickly. Yeah. And now we do this 80 times. And at the end, we should return the length of the array, and that should be our answer. So after 1 day, after 80 days, that is correct. I do this 80 times. And let's try to test this out. Why does it not automatically change? I don't understand. I thought I changed it to day 6 sample. Okay, now let's do it. Int is not iterable. I also thought I did range here. So I got this holy cow of a number, which is obviously wrong. Or is it wrong? Yeah, after 80 days it would be 5934. So what did I even do wrong? I don't know. I got the fish list. I go through 80 times. Every time I reset the number of fish to add to 0. And I enumerate the fish list. I subtract 1 each time, and then after subtraction, if it becomes 0, it becomes 6 again, and we add 1. Increase the number of fish to add to 1. And at the end of the fish list, we add 8. And then we turn the length of the fish list. I don't see what's wrong with it. Maybe let's try 18. Or let's just debug this. Okay, step over. Fish list is correct. -2. Tooth. Oh, it becomes... you can have 0. Okay, that's what's wrong. I thought of if it was going to 0, then it just turns into 6. But it's actually, you can have 6 right away. So actually, I'm going to move this if statement to the top before you subtract. And that should solve the issue. Or does it? If it's 0, it becomes 6. And you don't subtract 1 if it's at 0. And then we get 5934. So now let's try it with the puzzle input. .text.py, I don't want this. Hold on. How do I convert the file? Or let's just delete it. New file called day6.txt. Let me copy it. And we'll use day6.txt instead of sample text with comma as the delimiter. And let's try it out. And this might take a while. Or not. Why is it so fast? Oh, because I only do it 80 times. I'm not actually doing it in n squared complexity. I guess that's why. Okay, now continue to part 2. Suppose the lanternfish live forever and have unlimited food and space. Would they take over the entire ocean? After 256 days in the example above, there would be a total of... now this is testing my my optimization here. But it's only 256. Does that even matter? Like, if I change it here, oh, it is taking forever. Interesting. I didn't think it would be taking forever. But I mean, more fish produce more fish would produce more fish is actually exponential, even though it doesn't feel like it. So we're going to stop the process. How is my memory doing? Not too great. I'm going to stop. Are you releasing the memory? PyCharm? Hello? What is Dell Mobile Connect? End that task. Okay, PyCharm, you're back. Phew. Okay, you actually didn't use that much memory. But why is this all weird? So evidently we can't really brute force it like I did. And that was my concern at the start of the problem. So what I'm going to do here is, what did I say before? Use a dictionary? Use a dictionary, keep the number of counts, because that's all that matters. It's only ever going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So why do we even need to go through the entire list? Just keep the number of counts and then add the amount of fish as necessary. But the problem is usually the key is I would want the number, the fish timer number to be our key, but then it would change every time. So I have to work around that somehow. So I can actually just copy this. We got our good fish list. We're going 256 times. Obviously, I don't go through the entire fish list again. but I think at the start I will want to keep a count. So I'll just use variables for now. 0 count, 1 count, 2 count, 3 count, 4 count, 5 count, 6 count, and 7 count? Or is it possible to shift it? Can I do that? Use just an array and shift it? Two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically, every iteration, I would shift it once. So how do I shift it? This 0 would go to 6. So, Python's list slicing. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, it's 1 inclusive. 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 inclusive. Is it the end exclusive? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here's where it's tricky. Because I know this is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the next one is the 0 element and the 7th element added together. So maybe I could just do dot append, huh? Counts. So these 6 values with the 0 value and the 7th value added together. And I don't know if I can append again. How do I add a range? And then we can actually just shift this one over. Does that even work? I don't think list splicing works like this. Initial and index jump. Initial is inclusive, end is exclusive. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 is the last index. Can I do a Python add range or something? I know C# is add range. There's a way to. It's called extend. Oh, I forgot totally. So we can extend it like this, comma, count 0. So this is how exponentially it would work. The counts from index 1 to 6 are the same. correct. Index 1 to 6 because that's the 7th element. You shift it over, and this is how we increase our fish, is when 0 becomes the 7th element. Oh no, the 7th element is just the last element. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I screw this up? I think it needs to be the 6th element. So this splits up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 6th number. So this number needs to be added. Or does it? No. This number becomes the previous. We don't add it here. Oh, I think I am correct at the start. Oh, count 0 plus count 7. The 8th element. And then finally, what we have before was a 0. Oh, okay, that makes so much sense. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get these 6. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. Move it over. Add the 0 element with the second to last element, which is correct. Shift the last element over, and then the new fish becomes the very, very last element. And I think that is correct. Okay, but first I have to actually add the counts. So for, what do they call a value, or? They called it timer, okay. For timer in fish list, counts timer plus equals 1. And that just adds all the counts together. Now that we have all the counts, we can do our little whatever we want. And we can return the sum of the fish list, or the sum of the counts. And I think that should work. So what did they have before as a sample answer? They have this whatever number it is. Is it in the millions or billions? Let's run part 2 with the sample text. Oh my god. What is a none-type object? I thought this would work, huh? Am I doing this list slicing wrong? Let's use web schools. I don't want slice function. Back to here. Python add list slices. Or I should do concatenate. I thought I just used extend. What? Why does this return a none type for me? So like, if I just concatenate it like this, it would work? I guess, but it's not giving me the right number. Oh, it is giving me the right number. Wow. I didn't realize my number was that long. So now it should be faster. And I can just use this algorithm to solve. Wow, look how fast it is. It's so efficient. And that's the right answer. And there it is. I solved day 6 of Advent of Code 2021. Now see, I wanted to do this something like this at the start, but I noticed that it's actually not necessary when you only need to do it 80 times because my computer can handle it and it's not that long. But obviously with exponential growth, if you do it 256 times, I mean, I don't think any ordinary computer would be able to finish it in a set amount of time. So, I mean, the good thing is that I actually thought thought about the efficiency at the start. So it was always in the back of my head that we can optimize whatever answer we had. So even if there wasn't a part 2 like this, I would probably have thought to myself, hey, this is probably very unnecessary. Why not just do it another way? And this is so simple. It's like, how many lines is it? It's just so fast, so simple, and it gets the job done. You don't have to be waiting forever and burning up your computer's memory doing it. So there it is. That's day 6 of Advent of Code 2021. I hope you enjoyed this video.